What's going on, everybody? So today I wanted to talk to you about a new dev diary that came out for Armor Brigade 2. It's called Infantry Improvements. Alright, let's dive right into it. Greetings, Commanders. We hope you had a wonderful holiday season. In modern warfare, the tank is often hailed as the king of the battlefield, symbolizing the ultimate instrument for achieving and maintaining land dominance. However, it often meets its match in the form of human, humble infantrymen, patiently waiting in this foxhole. Infantry play an enduring and versatile role, often outsmarting more mechanized units in complex terrain. This tactical finesse and adaptability earned them the title of Queen of the Battlefield, effectively complementing the sheer power and armored fighting vehicles. In recognition of this pivotal role, we have decided to significantly enhance the representation and features of infantry in Armor Brigade 2. Well-deserved upgrade that acknowledges their crucial impact on the battlefield. We can kind of see this, well, if you guys have been keeping up to the news on how, like, the Russian columns were pretty much decimated by javelins and stingers. So yeah. Finnish Jaeger infantry squad fighting the Soviets in the woods. It's gonna let me click on it now. The first and aesthetically most notable change is the dynamic visual portrayal of infantry units. The previously used tightly packed 2D infantry sheets have been replaced by groups of individual soldiers. That's cool. The decision to use sleek, stylized models was deliberate and serves a twofold purpose. Firstly, to align the overall style of the graphics, and secondly, to facilitate modding and enhance performance, as there are hundreds of pixel trumping on the screen at any given time. While this change is primarily cosmetic, as the underlying abstract squad logic remains intact, it significantly enhances player immersion. Yeah, definitely. Soldiers will now appear more lifelike and distinct on the battlefield, moving and interacting in a manner that more accurately reflects real-world infantry tactics and behaviors. Most notably, they respond adaptively to their surroundings, giving commands, leisurely walking, running, and adapting on alert, combat pace, firing and maneuvering, and even crawling and dashing when under fire. That's going to be cool. These updates offer a subtle, yet more authentic depiction of battlefield scenarios. So you got, like, group of troops patrolling. Now, from just, looking at this here, like, compare this to, like, combat mission. You know, combat mission is going to have a lot more detail on the soldiers. But the difference between this game and combat mission will give you, like, small, maybe medium-sized maps at max. This game is going to depict, like, an entire city, an entire region of a country, like, Berlin, or, like, good sections of a country. So they have to render all that out. So it's a much bigger battlefield. So, yeah. However, these changes extend beyond the superficial. Given that infantry excels in close quarter combat, riflemen are more effective employed for maneuvering rather than engaging targets at long range. This combat dynamic is not one-dimensional. For instance, static infantry, in particular, are not easily spotted and eliminated from great distances. To improve this aspect, we have introduced new mechanism, with neutralization being the foremost. Unlike the existing pin-down seeking cover state, this means that an infantry unit under fire must be respotted under specific conditions, especially when subjugated to concentrated fire at range. However, this does not negate the proximity spotting rules. If an enemy unit is close enough, these rules still enable the detection of a neutralized unit. This interaction with layered engagement distances fundamentally transforms how infantry is approached in this game. It makes engagement more nuanced and reflective of actual combat situations, ensuring that each engagement is not a contest of fire, but a thoughtful exercise. Interesting. When advancing, however, the challenge for infantry lies in getting close to the enemy. The primary mission of infantrymen is to close in on the enemy, aiming to either destroy or capture them. However, accomplishing this is easier said than done, as the assault is probably the most challenging task that infantrymen will face. In this phase, he must leave any protective cover behind, expose himself to hostile fire, and advance directly against the often sadly defended position. By using covering fire maneuver, the attackers may be able to get close enough to gauge in hand-to-hand combat. At this stage, they could fix bayonets, throw grenades, and use small arms at close range to eliminate any remaining active effective defenders. We try to emulate that through close combat mechanics, where under determined criteria such as suppression, morale, and visibility, infantry squad may attempt to resolve the engagement by going face to face with the enemy. Okay, this is interesting. A pillbox view of firing at advancing infantry. So yeah, I mean, I will say, like I said before, it's not combat mission level of graphics, but considering how broad the terrain is on this game, it's a nice trade-off. It's a nice trade-off. Being able to actually see 3D units, and then, like, can you imagine, like, having to retake an entire city like, Berlin or something like that, right? And then having entire battalions move street by street, and you're going through the entire city. It's going to be incredible. Long-standing players of Armored Brigade would likely recognize the cumulative benefits that these changes bring, particularly when combined with information sharing and some other improvements we have not yet disclosed. This might not come as a surprise considering your past insights have been vital in shaping these improvements, and we are grateful for your continued support and enthusiasm. While we believe these adjustments massively improve the tactical experience, we continue to rely on your feedback to guide further refinements. Undoubtedly, both leg and newly introduced motorized infantry will greatly benefit from the extra care given to the tactical capabilities and interactions with the game. However, this is just the beginning, as there is much work to be done. You got the U.S. mechanized infantry firing a M47 Dragon Atom to destroy a T-80. Stay tuned for further insights and updates in the next diary. Until then, Commanders, roll out the tanks. So, like I said, this is going to be a really amazing game to look at, to play. One thing that I'm interested in is, will buildings kind of explode? Can buildings erupt into smoke? Or, like, for example, if I fire, I don't know, some kind of grenade, or I don't know, some kind of high explosive round into this building, can I see inside the building? Will it damage the building? Will there be visual effects, or is it just gonna like hit the building and not do anything? So I'm kind of curious about that. Otherwise, I'm going to also link the forums to this in the description, so you guys can actually interact with the developers, because from what I'm reading here, taking your feedback, and that's really important. I really love developers that interact with the community, so huge props. Anyway, I wanted to take a look at this. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and catch you in the next one. See you then.